Hi everybody, I'm back again today with another video. It is St. Patrick's Day and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any plans really. But yeah, I wanted to talk today about what it's like to live in a dorm with animals. If your college allows it or whatever, or in a room, but mainly it's a completely different experience when you're living in college and you have animals, and it's great. But I kind of wanted to start this video off before that, a little bit about my betta fish talk. I recently did lose R2, and I believe it was from ammonia or nitrite poisoning. That is like... Okay. Anyways. I believe I lost him to ammonia and nitrite poisoning. That was probably the worst time that could happen. I think I lost him to ammonia and nitrite poisoning. His tank was a very small tank for a betta fish due to the size of my room, so because of that I decided that I'm not going to get another betta fish until after I move out of here, just so I have enough room for my new betta to be happy. But I believe that was one issue, was regulating such a tiny aquarium. And I had live plants in there at one time and those plants just didn't do well. And I think that is the main problem of the water. They started to rot really, really bad, really quickly, and I couldn't keep up with it, and I was trying to save them, and I think it completely ruined the water. And he was acting up a little bit before that, but not nearly like what he was like when I lost him. He was laying at the bottom of his tank on his side, just like, he looked like he was dead, like for days, and I was freaking out, and I've spent over $100 trying to buy all these different treatments and all these different remedies I could think of to fix him, but in the end I think it was just his time to go. He was probably not having the best time, just laying down there for days and days, and so yeah. I mean, I had everything I thought that I needed for my aquarium. I put the filter and I did frequent water changes, not too much, not too little, just to keep the water not to shock him or anything with such a drastic water change. And then I did at one point was beginning to completely lose hope, and I did a full water change. And everything, the water looked great, and he just still was at the bottom of his tank, barely breathing, probably retrieving absolutely no oxygen hardly, other than what the filter could provide, but because I obviously took the plants out, because that was a major issue of the water, and but yeah, so I decided that I'm not going to get another betta fish until over the summer, whenever I can get a 10-gallon tank, opposed to however small the one I used for him was. I borrowed it from somebody, but I want to get a nice full 10-gallon tank and get some nice healthy plants and actually let my betta fish kind of thrive. And I'm also not going to purchase betta fish from pet stores anymore, like local or chain pet stores and things like that. I just know that they can be very problematic, and I highly doubt that was the issue with what R2 went through, being from a pet store, but I'm just gonna start looking at them online. One of my friends did that. She bought her betta fish online, and he is beautiful, and he came in the mail perfectly fine and safe and warm, and her tank looks amazing. So I'm super excited for the summer. I just want to let you guys know what was going on with my fish, because some people have been asking in the comments, and I wanted to wait a while to announce it because I didn't think it was very appropriate for my last videos to just randomly come in with this like sad news, but I think this was a pretty good timing, and yeah. But anyways, let's get back on with the video and what this is actually about, and let's be happy. So I tried actually getting an animal out to be with me, like get Lady on my shoulder here or something, because she'll do that, she'll chill there, and Pippin's being a grump. She was acting like she was gonna attack me if I touched her, and did absolutely everything she could to get away from me, so I was like, alright, so I left her alone too. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird. And it kind of sucks now. I miss having my fish here. Back to the sad news. He was always just so pretty to look at, and I just love having a room full of animals, and now it's just one less, and it just feels, it's just that much different. I don't know. It sucks. But next year will be better. This summer, in a few months, it'll be good. And I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I'll definitely make a video of me looking at all the different fish that I want to get and purchasing everything that I need, and it'll be good. I'm excited. But so yeah, I've gotten I've gotten a lot of questions about what it's like living in a dorm with your animals, or how do you do it? Is it allowed? Is it allowed at my college? That kind of thing. First of all, I think the #1 thing that a person needs to consider before having animals in their dorms at college is, can you take care of them? Or do you have the time to actually do your things? Because like, I am not the most involved person on my campus. I just play Ultimate Frisbee, and that's about it. And so I have plenty of time whenever, and I'm up until like 4 in the morning regardless, so I am up and I can take care of my nocturnal animals, which is perfect for me too, because I'm up all night, they're up all night, and I'll be cleaning their cages, putting the stuff in the wash that I need to. And these are actually really low maintenance animals. It's just, you actually have to make sure you have the time, and you don't forget to feed them, you don't forget to clean their cages out whenever the time comes. But yeah, they're really fun. It's a nice company. Like, if my roommate's not here, like she's not now, I got my 2 buds here with me, even though they are grumpy and they hate me. It's fine. So when people ask me like, how do you do it? It's kind of a hard question. Like, how is it allowed? Like, it's not, it ranges. Like, it depends where you go to school, if you're in college, or if you want to go to college. I actually kind of not like based, but like, it made me want to go where I go now, especially because they allowed animals in your dorm. Not dogs or anything like that, unless you have like an ESD or something, an emotional service dog. Those are allowed, because I know some people with them in their dorms, but they do allow small caged animals here, and not everywhere else does, because another college that I looked at, they only allow you to have a fish. And I don't even know if like you're allowed to have a filter on that. Like, I don't know the rules, regulations. I don't know. Where I go now, I thought it was great. You get 1 animal per person, 5 pounds or less, and they have to be able to be in a cage. And me saying that, I had 3. Pippin, he is under my name actually, so he's like my animal here. Lady is under my roommate's name, so that's her animal, even though he's mine. And my fish, I just never told anyone about him. I just figured he's just a fish, like, no one cares. And nobody did. Like, everyone knew I had 3 animals in here and nobody cared. But it's good. I highly recommend it if you think you can handle it, and if you love animals and you just can't get away from them, and that's why I'm here and I have them with me. And that's why I decided I wanted to get a hedgehog, because I knew I was coming here after my first one passed away. I got Pip immediately afterwards because I knew he'd actually have a place to go whenever I go to college. And that's another thing. I get questions from people saying like, I want to get a hedgehog, blah 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 blah, but it's not going to be allowed at the college I want to go to. Well, then should you really be getting one? Like, why don't you wait a year, go to your college, live in your dorm for a year if it's not allowed, and then you get your apartment the year after, or wherever you're going to live, and then you can have your hedgehog or your lizard or your dog or whatever you want, because the rules are obviously nowhere near as strict as somewhere like a huge building like this. but yeah. I kind of don't like the tone of this video. I think it's because I started off with me talking about R2-D2 and now I just feel all sad. I want to be happy. It's St. Patrick's Day. But a lot of people have asked me how I found my roommate and how she was like okay with me having all these animals, and was it a huge shock or like whatever, and actually it was really simple. I have a random roommate, like I didn't know her before this, and whenever I found out who she was and I got her number, I just sent her a little text and I was like, hey, and she was like, hey. Well, not really. I was like, hey, my name is Liv, and I kind of introduced myself a little bit. I was like, I have a lizard, and I told her a story about my lizard. Actually, scratch that. I did not. I told her about my hedgehog, and I told her all about him and how he's super easy to care for. He doesn't smell. They don't like give off a natural odor. He's super quiet and nocturnal, and when he runs on his wheel you can hardly hear it at night if that would be a problem, yada yada yada. And she was cool with it. She was like, okay. Like, I don't know. And then a while later I ended up with Lady, and I had to text her again and I was like, hey. And she was like, what up? And I was like, so I have another animal, is that cool? And I told her about Lady, and I mean, yeah, she was like, that's cool. So, I don't know, I just got really lucky, I think, because I was super worried that I wouldn't be able to have both of them and my fish, and I just worried too much about the fish. I just didn't say anything. But, yeah, it all worked out super good. So, I love living with my animals, so. It's also super funny whenever like I'm carrying my hedgehog, like I'm carrying Pip down the hallway or something to go give him a bath in the sink, or like to go take him to a study room with me, and like while I do homework let him like run around in his little like cage setup. I have a picture of it on his Instagram, but and like people will walk by and they're like, oh hey, it's Pip, and like they want to like hold him and stuff like that, and it's just a nice feeling, like I'm the hedgehog lady on this floor. It's funny. But more like the animal lady. But everyone knows Pip, and they love him, and he's the avatar on our floor group me, and it's just really fun. Yeah. I also wanted to show you guys something that I got for Pippin. Let me grab it. Okay, so I saw this actually. I was on Pippin's Instagram and I was like scrolling through because he follows like a bunch of hedgehogs and like animals and stuff, and someone had this little kitten toy. It's like a little mint toy for baby kittens, like real tiny, and she had it with her hedgehog, and her hedgehog was like going to town on it, and he loved it, and I was like, oh my god, I have to get Pippin that. And sure enough, he loves it. I have a video of it somewhere, maybe. Ooh, I hope I still do. Okay, so I saw this actually. I was on Pippin's Instagram and I was like scrolling through because he follows like a bunch of hedgehogs and like animals and stuff, and someone had this little kitten toy. It's like a little mint toy for baby kittens, like real tiny, and she had it with her hedgehog, and her hedgehog was like going to town on it, and he loved it, and I was like, oh my god, I have to get Pippin that. And sure enough, he loves it. I have a video of it somewhere, maybe. Ooh, I hope I still do. But he's just like chewing and chewing and chewing on this, and it's like mint infused, like it still smells pretty minty, and it's a little crinkly, and it probably feels really good on his teeth just to bite on, but he was probably really confused as to why he wasn't like eating it. But this is what it looks like. It's just like this little mint thing. Oh my god, my camera's gonna die. I need to wrap this up. I threw the packaging away for it. I'll definitely put a link in the description where you can find it, because I ordered it off Amazon, so I'll just put that link down there. If you want to get it for any of your hedgehogs, or maybe, I don't know, wrap it or something. I don't know if they'd be interested in a mint toy, but I thought it was real cute, and he loved it, so yeah. I really wish Lady would have let me pick her up. I wanted her to be like in this video with me, because this is super boring. But anyways, in my dorm with my animals, like when it comes to cleaning, it's super simple. I would just like grab the blankets out of Pippin's cage. I'd kind of like shake them out in his cage, just to get any like leftover feces off of it, and then I'd ball it up and put it in like a grocery bag, a plastic grocery bag for 30 minutes, come back up here, kind of scrub his cage down. All of this is like, doesn't take very long, other than like actually doing the laundry stuff. And her cage is actually super simple because she does not make a mess, obviously, because she's just a lizard eating crickets and mealworms and whatever. So she just kind of goes to the bathroom in the corner over here, and all you really have to do for this is like pick it up with a wet wipe or a paper towel. It's like that simple. And sometimes there will be like calcium dust all over like the bottom, like you'll see some white spots, but I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. You can just wipe that, scrub that off with a wet wipe. Once in a while I'll put this matte thing that I have shown in a different video. I'll put that in the wash once in a while just to get it like extra clean. But yeah, it's super simple to keep these animals in here, and I don't regret it whatsoever. It like makes my life so much better here. I'm pretty sure they hate me, it's fine. I'm pretty sure my camera's gonna die. I feel like this video is like super short, but I really wanted to film something, and I needed to talk to you guys about R2, and a lot of people have been asking about what it's like living with animals. So I wanted to just make this video for you guys, and I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you could give me a thumbs up, subscribe, wherever that is, and yeah, thanks so much for watching.